Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers. I don't have any news or information for you this week. Just a reminder that ratings and reviews are always welcome on your podcast app of choice. Throw us some stars. Contact us through socials at Billowing Hilltop, on Blue Sky, on Threads. You can find us on Facebook if you're old. If you're older, you can email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. That's it. All of us on the Hilltop hope that you have a very peaceful Christmas. Let us push on with episode 224 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Scary Tale of New York.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Oh, hasn't that been and gone?
No. Are we all ready for Christmas?
God, no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you should be, because it's next
No,
week.
it's not.
Is
It's
it?
Monday the 2nd of December.
Yes. It's
Stop
always
lying.
a lot to do.
Christmas isn't on Monday the 2nd of December. Christmas
It's
is
Monday
on
the 2nd of December
Such a
now.
Grinch.
Just
Only a
saying.
few shopping days left. We're all very excited about Christmas, readers.
Loads
We
of
were at
songs.
Dragon Meet, but that's ages. Seems like ages ago now, doesn't it, guys?
It was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You can hardly remember.
This is where your kind of pretense of time falls apart.
Fourth wall.
Pretense at Time. That's the second
It's
novel
a
in my
special
fantasy
phrase
trilogy.
that I just invented. Whose round is it?
Paul is
Sessions.
working again.
Working again.
You'll be delighted
You
to
died.
learn that we...
Or not, depending on who you are.
Yes, or not. I don't know if anybody followed the news quite a while ago now. The thing with the beach in Australia. Did you see this? The weird blobs? What? If you followed this?
Are you
There was this,
very
these
rude?
weird dark
Lost us
blobs.
completely now.
Some of our readers may be familiar, but there were these weird dark blobs started washing up on beaches near Sydney. And I was sort of digging through this story thinking, it's a bit weird. And they said they thought they were maybe tar balls, and they didn't know. They turned out that they were what the Sydney police called a disgusting combination of human feces, cooking oil, chemicals, and illicit drugs. And I thought,
That sounds familiar.
yeah, I thought,
Wait a moment.
I think I know what's going on here.
Didn't think they'd make it that far.
They tested them chemically, Australian scientists. All it says on the beeb is that their exact origin remains unknown. And I'm thinking, no, it doesn't.
They're not very good scientists, Australian scientists, are they?
One possible
No, all they
place.
need to do is tune into this show. Australia is going some even for Paul, but there we go.
I named every single one of them.
Did you? They're your
Yeah.
individual childs.
Like the plastic ducks that went around the world.
Yeah, and a sick homage to the plastic duck phenomenon. Anyway, so we have Paul, and he's now operative, and obviously we've cleaned out whatever was in the bottom of that sump. We've got Hot Viking Graham, Olaf Hopperson, my favourite player, the Socialist Aslan, Dan, Lucas. We got a spider fact, Lucas? Spider fact.
We do.
Lucas, give us a spider fact. Well, let's have it.
That's so spider fact here from it's an issue of National Geographic. There's a myth about spiders. We swallow some spiders in our sleep every year. It's a myth.
Yeah.
There's no verified study, photo, collected specimen, medical record, or proven observation of a spider either crawling or attempting to crawl into a person's mouth. So
Right.
there you go.
It's a
Don't
spider
believe it
non-fact.
when
isn't it?
everybody
It's a
says. In
non-fact.
fact, it turns out that it was probably one of those things where people were trying to show how false information can get spread by the internet. And so somebody said, we swallow spiders in our sleep, and it went around the world.
So it's a
and
spider
not
myth.
True.
That's what you're saying.
It's a spider myth.
Spider
Yes,
myth.
there you go.
Spider myth. Okay, excellent.
Excellent.
Thanks very much
Got
for
another one
spider.
for next week as well.
It's
You'll
a
have to wait
zombie
for next week.
statistic.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
Yes.
it's one of those. Yes.
And finally, easing himself into his specially adapted high chair, we have the corpulent form of Johnny. Hello. Now, can anybody remember where we are? We haven't played for a while, readers. Again, there's been another extended break in play while Paul was...
Sorry, I have to say on
working
that
as-
note that you know the photo that you just posted to Facebook with you and Johnny and Graham. That photo
Yeah.
is specifically designed. I don't know why, but Johnny is like right in the front of the photograph. He looks like double the size.
I know, I don't know what's good. That's weird. Looks like
Doesn't
a
look like
massive
double the
gut.
size.
And somebody's
I
written
don't.
under it, "Where's the high chair?"
Readers,
Yeah.
I am slim. I am not obese. Just to
I
confirm,
just thought it was very
it's
funny.
abnormal sized.
I mean, I can hardly remember that photo being taken. So long ago was it, Lucas? But yes. It's been a while.
It's
I've got
been a
no idea
while.
where we are. I've got no idea what we're doing.
Bugcraft's about to die.
I remember what we're doing.
I mean, it's been so long since we had the D&D weekend as well.
Grand gathering.
Yeah, it's been ages, and that was very good fun.
I mean, that just wasn't the last time we played
Grand
D&D.
Gathering. What do we think of our Grand Gathering games? Since
Oh,
we're
it's
chatting about
excellent.
rubbish, and none of us know how
I
to
did
start
really
the
enjoy
game.
Mothership. I love playing Pathfinder 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alien is really cool, but there's an element where, because it's being so faithful to the intellectual property or whatever, that they're, the licensing, that you're in a certain place with it. And whereas Mothership feels like, did you enjoy Alien, but you want things to be even more stupid? Let's
Mothership
get
has
started.
distilled the essence.
Yeah, the essence.
and
Well,
Precisely.
that scenario,
put it into a lovely bottle of
the
wine.
scenarios are really well designed, so they're quite, they're sort of bulleted out what you need to know. So it's all very concise.
Yeah.
That scenario is just a little booklet, really. It's got 4 parts to it, and you did like the first part, which is like an interlude, but the next bit is really quite interesting. It's quite challenging
We'll have to play it.
about what
We'll
you
do it
do.
next time. Oh, it was challenging.
So
you think, Johnny?
that was just like sort of an intro.
Unlike the first bit, which was just like a little appetizer,
Well,
Little cakewalk.
I thought you did reasonably well. I mean,
like a training level.
yeah,
training
well, it's a
level
kind
of
of
death.
intro. Isn't it?
Oh, Dan's permanently blinded character.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah, we did
really
really
well.
One
well.
of the pitiful
critical
one of the
hit
pitiful
table. It's
handful of
like, oh,
survivors.
we're on the okay. You rolled low. That's fine. That's okay. And then like 3 is eyes gouged out.
Eyes ripped out. Yeah, nice. You bought another module, didn't you, at Dragon Meat?
Yeah, I got a couple because they're really hard to get hold of.
Excellent. Graham and I at the Grand Gathering were discussing how it works when companies like Free League get IP licenses, because we played some Blade Runner readers, and we were speculating about how does that work. Like, if you're Free League, you're quite a relatively big deal in the world of role-playing games, but as a company, you're pretty tiny. How do you go to, I don't know who's got the license for Blade Runner, Universal? Warner Brothers, I think, is Blade Runner, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. How does the money work? And I asked Morris from EN World, some readers may be familiar with EN World, because he used to have the Judge Dredd license.
Was he at
it's quite
Dragon
interesting. He was at Dragon Meat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Level up.
Yeah, Level Up 5e, which we talked about a bit. Effectively, it's based on royalty advance. So what you do is you agree a royalty figure. 10%, he says, is normally the number. And then it's really about haggling about how much advance royalties you give them before they'll let you do it. And then obviously there's lots of quality control and sign off, and they go through all your material and whatever. Then he says some of the numbers are really, really big. Like Star Wars is huge, but he thought Judge Dredd is, as he put it, kind of on the lower end. I mean, it's pretty much a UK. He said the Venn diagram of people that are interested in TTRPGs and people who are interested in Judge Dredd is kind of pretty much UK only, and the demographic, well, he basically described us. And he said it's not that many people, right?
Yeah.
But it broadens out. If you've got Blade Runner, that's more well known, and it's it's big in the States, and so the
Dune,
numbers will
probably
climb. But it's
huge.
quite interesting. Yeah. Dune, for example. Yeah, huge.
Well, now, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
can we think of anything else to delay the inevitable? I can't.
Tonight's beer, Mike, is Tap Social,
Oh, is it?
False Economy. Yeah, it's an Oxford brewery.
Yes, I know Tap Social. I went to their summer taproom extravaganza.
I might go and get a glass of water later.
London tap
Finest
water,
tap.
sparkling.
No, probably not. Just flat.
Yeah, nice Alpine tap.
Alpine tap.
Yeah, double filtered though.
Can't
of
beat
course.
it.
I think where we were is it's Sessions round. And Sessions has just cast a heal spell on Scaly O'Toole, who is infested with worms that burrowed into him when he was stuck in the belly of the giant centipede.
So
Does that ring a bell?
it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite dangerous though, isn't it? It's about to turn into a maggot thing.
I rolled a d4 behind the screen, and you don't know what I rolled, and you don't know the significance, but do I need to draw you a picture? Scaly took a considerable amount of damage from the worms at the beginning of each of the centipede's turns, which is when the worms' turns are calculated from. And the next thing to happen after Sessions is the centipede's turn. So whatever timer that may be running and whatever damage that may be done, it's next. Sessions has cast a heal spell in the hope of killing the worms. Last time there was quite a lot of, how do I put this, rummaging through
Delving into the depths of our memories.
rather patchy memories, yes, about whether or not you might be carrying some kind of antidote around with you in bottles.
Yes.
But can't you
and whether-
remind us what spell we did to kill them last time? Because
well,
in the
the
characters
other-
thing, it's only 3 weeks has passed, isn't it? 4 weeks.
It seems perverse of me not to give you those little reminders, but there we are. That's just how it is. You did speculate that healing spells had killed worms back in the day. It's a long time since you've had to deal with worm infestations. As a last throw of the dice, risking everything on a final action, Sessions has cast a heal spell on Scaly.
Once again, sinking spells into Scaly.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
The spell's
exactly
up.
right.
I have some news for you. The news is good.
Oh, that's a shame.
You are right to remember that healing spells kill worms. And Scaly is saved.
For now.
Yeah, for now. I don't know how you'd necessarily know this, Scaly. Maybe the feeling of internal wiggling ceases or whatever. But the worms have been destroyed.
never
Well, they're not
ceases.
destroyed.
That
Maybe they're
tickly
little
feeling.
permanent corpse guests.
They'll get digested
Still
over
got
time,
the
I'm sure.
scars.
I think they'd work themselves to the surface, like a jagged little splinter of bone after an injury. Anyway, they're no longer
Nice.
wiggling. They're no longer trying to eat you. Now,
Excellent.
Sessions, I don't know what else you had left. I can't remember if you've moved. I suspect you haven't.
Where's the green on the map next to Burple? Is that the
That's Nero, the green base centipede, who is pretty beaten up, you think. The only other thing to pick up on is that Uncle Buggy is ethereal and is in a ravine
Let that happen.
that you believed was the passageway leading into the kind of cave complex, and turned out that the floor is illusionary and Uncle Buggy fell through it. He fought off a spider, a phase spider, you think, that appeared next to him on the ethereal plane. Burple can't see him now, but Burple did see him earlier because Burple's got true sight running.
But hasn't he's discovered some side passage or something?
He has discovered some side passages. Burple could see them and he's told Buggy about them. At your level, so 100 foot above Buggy, on either side of this north-south ravine thing, there are ledges that look like they lead on into the rock. So, cave mouths. Anyway, let's
just to finish?
tie things up with Sessions.
Well, I'll use my bonus action to advance the crushing coin onto the one next to Burple.
There is only that one left now, right? We seem to have killed all
That
the
you
others.
know of.
That we know,
Yeah.
yes, that we know
I think
of
they're just
and
popping
are
out
in
periodically. So,
combat. Yeah.
You have had quite a bit of discussion about whether or not this is one of those
and then I think
minions keep emerging until you deal with, the real thing.
Yeah.
I keep remembering stuff which I've got to remind you of, but let's not interrupt you. I won't interrupt you anymore. We'll
and then
come back to that.
I'll move up towards the edge of the passageway, but hiding
Okay,
around the
you're
corner.
flying.
Flying, yep, up around the corner.
Did you make your save? I can't remember who did and didn't make their saves. Because you know that the floor is false, even if you fail your save. But people had an opportunity to make a save and thus see through the illusion. And I can't remember who
I don't know that I did make my save.
doesn't know. I don't think it's that relevant because you can always just dip your head down through the pretend floor and work out where you are. Okay, so you're up there. Does your bonus action include an attack from that crushing coin?
If I have to move it, it doesn't.
Okay. In that case, on 11, it's the centipede. The centipede goes...
How did I end up?
You ran up to it. And what I
Did I?
remember as being a very nicely put together round, you had killed one centipede, ran the length of your movement, used your bonus action to misty step over to the other centipede, and used your second attack to do some damage on it. Maybe a bit of a rush of blood to the head from Purple, but hey.
Yeah.
It is going to try and eat you.
That's just so
Very nice.
unlike Dan.
Well,
Shut up, you.
I wasn't here. I mean,
he has
it's
his
unbelievable.
moments. First attack with its bite, hitting armor class. Not enough. Absolutely hopeless.
No,
That is
not
it
enough.
for the centipede. On 9, it is Packer.
Well, I will nip
Right,
over
there we are.
to the centipede and have a bash.
Do you nip over to creatures to kill them? It sounds more like
Yeah,
you would
why
do
not?
to the shops.
Why
Bit
not?
casual.
Armor class 27,
27 is a hit, obviously, Parks.
13 points of damage.
If it is the real Parkingtons. 13 points of damage.
Is this centipede wormy?
Very wormy.
Very
yes, I
wormy.
would presume you're using your staff of what's it?
Yes, and it can
Jeez,
make
what's it?
a DC 17
Constitution save.
Constitution save.
Getting
Yes.
enough with an 18.
And armor class 21.
Hit.
That's 14
Yes.
points of damage. And then I will move away from it again. That's it.
The centipede is looking, well, it was bloodied a long time ago. You don't think the centipede has got much left in it, but it still lives. We move on to round 6 of this combat. On 20, it's Burbly Herpish.
I will hit it with the Sword of Zosiel, hitting armor class 16.
That is a miss.
Can I use a point of luck?
Sure. Well, aha.
That's 33. And
33 is a hit.
is it
and that's a
critical?
Critical. That is enough.
26.
Let me deal you a card. Flip it over. I think it goes slashing, piercing, bludgeoning.
Slow recovery, quadruple damage, and the target must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target can make 3 fewer attacks on their next turn. Okay,
Whoa.
so quadruple
so
damage.
Basically, you wouldn't be able to attack on its
So
next
that
turn.
is
39.
39 points of damage
which
with my first hit.
Kills the centipede. It is an X.
And then I will run over to
It's an
Scaly
Excipede.
and use my other hit on him. No, I won't.
Yeah. That's fine if you want to.
Yeah.
That's
Have
quite
we
a way.
noticed that the turnover
fast,
is reverted to alphabetical?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just me?
Why has it done that?
LLSLS.
Okay.
L for loser, including obviously Scaly. S for
Well, we don't need to know the numbers. We'll just go in sequence. But on D, why has it done that? Uncle Buggy, if you recall, which you probably don't, you could hear something very large moving around above you. Well, whatever it is that's very large that's moving around above you moves a little more.
To the left.
To the west.
To the west.
Yes.
Okay.
To the west, to the left. Yes.
West to the left.
On L, it is what remains of Scaly O'Toole. Scaly, you've had an interesting visit to the middle of a centipede.
Scaly's going to make his way up towards the cavern, and there's a false floor on it, isn't there?
There's a false floor.
There's an illusion. Where does it begin?
There is. Why don't I give you another chance to save as you study it? And then that might clear up the whole thing. We don't need to worry about it. Give me... Oh, it's an... is it really? Okay, it's not a save. You have to give me an intelligence investigation check if you're studying where you think the floor is illusory.
These always go well. 4.
Yeah, okay. You study where you think the fake floor is, and it just looks like a perfectly normal floor to you, Scaly.
God. How not to meta-play this? How not to meta-game?
Doesn't he roll at advantage because Burple told him it was
That's a
illusory?
very reasonable request. Let's give Paul another chance to fail. Let's see how you do this time.
Oh, Johnny, thanks very much. It's going to be
warm the dice up first.
Shall I warm the dice up first?
Yeah.
All right.
You
I'm
always
gonna
roll crap.
I can
warm the
guide you.
dice up. So that would have been a 14.
Yeah,
That would have been a 14. That would have been an 8. Now, this is going to be the real one.
Okay, here we go.
Do you think, John,
I'll
I need to do some
I'll do
more?
one more.
All right, I'll do one more, Johnny, just because it's you. That would have been a 12. All right, now this is the real one. Here we go. It knows it's me. There we go. It's a 6.
Yeah. So you can sort of work
I
your
can
way up
guide you.
towards. You can.
Yeah, another
Pick
5
your
foot,
way
another
up.
5 foot,
Yes.
another 5.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and stand next to Burble.
Yeah, just a bit to the
I'm
left.
going to go and stand next to Burple in one action. And my next action is I'm going to hold out my hand and go,
I'll take
lead me.
it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet that way.
Take my hand.
It's 10 feet north.
Okay.
All right, so then I'm going to
It's
go
20 feet north.
5, 10.
Okay, you step, Scaly, off the edge. If you do that,
Oh.
because Burple basically lied. I'm going to assume that you're using your enormous chopper
To
to
prod.
tap the floor. Yeah. You
I'll
discover
go
at
to
the
there,
edge of
and
the
then my massive chopper will dangle over
precipice.
the edge, and I'll go
Exactly.
Hello. Well, I can't really do anything other than that, so I'm going to stop.
Well,
there,
you can
right there.
start climbing. Well, you stick your head through it, you'd be able to
I suppose
see.
it-
Have you got dark vision?
Yep.
You'd be able to see 60
Yeah, I'll
feet.
just do that then. All right, then I'll sit my head
Okay,
through.
well, you can see that there is a chasm that is the width of the corridor as your eyes are deceiving you into believing, but
And-
just 100 feet lower.
Is it sheer walls or is it
Yeah, sheer walls.
not climbable, basically?
Climbable, yeah. Not impossible.
Okay, I'll start then. I've got another kind of 30 foot of movement. I can do that.
Right, so you're going to be making an athletics check.
Is there something I can tie a rope around up the top?
Purple?
Yes, there yes. Yeah.
No,
there
there's
is.
a rock.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
All
asking
right,
me.
I'm going to tie a rope. That's what I'm.
Thanks.
Just
Dan.
before I plummet 100 foot down, I'm
Yeah.
going to tie a rope around and allow myself to lower myself down on a rope.
Okay, so
There
for
you go,
that,
that's
you just
what
need to make a DC 5 climb check to lower yourself with a rope.
I would have thought it would take the rest of my round to do the tying.
Okay. And how long is
Yeah.
the rope?
I'm going to
I'd
find
love to
it,
leave
but
this as a bit of a trap for you, but how long is the rope that you've got?
It's going to be a 50-foot rope, mate.
Okay.
It's going to be 50.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, we'll let you
it's
get
going
on
to
with
leave
that
me
then.
dangling.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
we'll leave you to get on with that. On S, it's Uncle Buggy.
Right.
The thing that I was going to remind you of that I didn't want to break into Graham's round with is that your compulsion as a failure leads you to think that to the west is the way you want to go.
Where this noise is coming from.
Yeah, you're guessing. You know where to place your feet next to get to where you want to get to build
Right.
your giant mountain of mashed potato. You want to travel up, you think, and then west.
This is the wrong way to go, isn't it? We've been sent into a trap to get killed.
For those of us who have failed the... what was it, Graham? How did you put it? You gave us a nice...
The failures.
Not the failures. It was those who...
Something like those who
Those
did
who-
not succeed, I think was...
Yes, for those of us
yeah.
who did not succeed, we are being
Easy for you to say.
urged to go in this direction. It's not necessarily a trap. It might be where Rabadabadas.
Oh, the Robber-Dobber-Dob.
Oh,
the
okay.
rubber-dubber-dub.
Right.
Oh, you know it.
No.
Okay, well, maybe it's Rabadabadas. Sorry, I thought it was Dragothus sending us to some undead horrible thing to kill us off.
It might be, but it might be Rabadabadas of the rubber-dubber-dub. Yeah.
23. And then I'm going to float upwards at half speed if you're ethereal. So in my move, I'll go 30 foot up the cliff face, whatever it is.
And that's it.
Yeah. Fast and efficient.
Nothing happens on D. On L, it is sessions. I think you made your save sessions. I think it's you and Purple who can see through this thing, but I'm not certain. Should have made a note at the time, really.
Would have been sensible, wouldn't it? Well, if you think I can see through it, then maybe I shall gently descend
Yes.
through the floor. It's 100 foot
Yes.
down, so maybe 50 foot
Yes.
down.
Careful, Graham.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous.
It is dangerous, and move just slightly into the corridor, but I will be kind of signalling as I go to
Okay.
down
you're
and then
sort of
slightly into the chamber.
slightly north up this ravine.
Yes, about halfway between the upper floor and the bottom floor.
When you do that,
Mm-hmm.
you get a strange sensation.
Oh dear.
Something to your north is calling to you.
Oh dear.
Not literally, there's no sound. Feels weirdly a little bit like what the others have described when they talk about their giant mountains of mashed potato.
Mm-hmm.
Something to the north
Okay.
is calling to you. If it had a voice, which it doesn't, then that voice would be weirdly familiar in a way that you cannot identify. Nothing happens on S, but on L, it's Packer.
I think that what I will do is I will follow Sessions along. Sessions is flying, and I will basically walk along that bit of wall towards where Bugraft is. And after about 30 feet, then I should be able to walk on and step onto that platform.
You're stepping onto the ledge that you know about.
Stepping onto the ledge, yes.
Well, what you can see is that the area of ledgeness that narrows into a passage that must be 20-something feet across, just lurking, edge of your dark vision, clicking away a little perhaps to itself and maybe tying up 50 pairs of shoelaces. There is a giant centipede. It looks like it's registered your arrival. Can you give me a perception check,
Oh,
please?
yes, I would love to give you a perception
When
check.
you peer into this corridor.
Ooh, a 7. That's not
A
going to be
7.
do anything, is it?
Not an enormous amount.
And what about the other way down the corridor?
Something similar sort of applies. Off to the east goes another passageway. There are more centipedes. The passageway off to the west, the one that Uncle Buggy feels drawn to, actually turns southwest. The passage off to the east seems to open out more, become a bit more of a chamber, but broadly it seems to be heading northeast. So it's almost like a passageway that's been running from northeast to southwest that has been bisected by the ravine.
Okay.
Readers,
Well,
none of this is making sense, but
No.
maybe I'll post a map at some point.
And then I will move back to where I was previously
Back to the outside.
and explain that to Scaly and Burple and, well, Sessions can hear me at that stage as well.
Yeah. Burple?
Burple is casting a fly spell, grabbing Scaly,
Yep.
and going to fly down.
How
Oh.
far down?
A move.
Thanks.
Okay, and you could move 60 feet,
You can fly 60 feet. Yeah.
following the cliff face.
Yeah.
Carrying Scaly, who leaves his rope behind, I presume. And
After the effort.
Sessions now, you can hear, you think from round the corner to your west, the sound of something very large moving about at some distance. Scaly, it's your turn. I don't know if there's anything you can particularly do as you're dangling from Burple's
I can drop him.
prong.
Oh, I'm clinging on tight to Burple's.
You can see the floor of this ravine, Scaly, with your dark vision now that you've dropped 60 feet.
I'm going to wait.
It's only 46 damage. Let go. Okay.
No, thanks.
On S, it is Uncle Buggy.
I'm going another 35 feet, so I've now gone
Yes.
70 foot up, and I'm
Yes.
doing another heal spell.
You're floating.
I'm just floating upwards. That's 18.
Sessions on L.
Good question. I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's dark, isn't it?
Yes.
I probably have to cast a light spell
Okay.
this round so I can see something.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and I'll summon the crushing coin back towards me.
Nothing happens on S. We're back round to Parker again on L. They're zooming through the rounds now. What would you like to do?
Have we got a strategy here, chaps? Are we going to go
be
left or
silly.
right, or are we going to try
I'm
and
guessing
carry
no,
on?
but-
No, straight ahead.
Well, I think we want to go north.
I think we need to look at the ledges.
Yeah,
Ledges mean engaging centipedes.
I think we're going to have to do that
So-
whatever we do.
Purple, your compulsion and Scaly's compulsion are
Yeah.
leading you,
That's where I'm going.
feel, north, but but not,
Oh, not where I want to go, west.
Well, remember, it's where they place their feet next. It's not a homing signal. It's not like a sat-nav to where
Do
you're
we
going.
think this is Rabadabadus, or
Well, the
do we think this
Rabadabadus.
is Dragotha leading us into a trap?
Oh, we've had this so many times.
Anybody
Yes,
know?
we think it's Rabadabadus.
Yeah.
In fact, we had it about 5 minutes ago.
Hold on, but I'm confused now. So do
Yeah, but
Burple and
nobody
Scaly
answered.
have a different compulsion to Bugraft?
No,
No.
he's
And
nearer.
once again, let's do a couple of.
I'm
We're going to clear up
just
a couple of things.
so
Let's talk about the
completely
Rabadabadass
confused.
question first of all. You specifically asked me this question before.
the rubber-dubber-dub.
Yes. You gained this
Compulsious.
compulsious. You gained this compulsious, having seen a vicious,
A
a
vicious.
Rabadabadon. You gained this compulsion having seen a vision of Rabadabadass.
Of the rubber-dubber-dub.
Marcus's opinion was that that was at Rabadabadass's behest.
Of the
A
rubber-dubber-dub.
vision was fed to you when your teleportation journey was hijacked, and the people that failed the save, having seen that vision, have the compulsion to travel. Now, that doesn't guarantee anything, but if that was what was happening, then quite possibly the compulsion was meant to be leading you to somewhere that Rabadabadass wanted you to go.
Okay, so to
Yeah.
answer Lucas's
I'm-
original question, I'm going west then. If you want a strategy.
And then the second thing to clear up is about the directions that people want to go in. The compulsion tells you where to place your feet next. It doesn't draw a line on the map
Right.
that goes, you've got to go up this way.
Yeah,
So
I've understood. So Burple and Scaly would have the compulsion to go north until they get to where Buggy is, and then that will more than likely have the compulsion to go west.
that is exactly what happened to Buggy.
Right.
This is what happens if you don't play for weeks and weeks.
Mike, could you just go through that all over? No, joking.
Yeah, didn't quite
Yeah.
get that.
Just to clear up a couple of things. Anyway, Parker, what do you want to do? Now that you've got the clear strategy,
Yeah. Okay. I am going to, in this round, basically move back to where I originally spotted the centipedes. and
Yes.
Stop there and await what happens next.
okay, on L, it's Burple. 60 foot down at the
Okay,
southern
I'm going to
tip of
go
the
the
ravine.
remaining 40 foot down and 40 foot along north and drop Scaly there.
Thank you
Scaly's being dropped
very much indeed.
on the floor of the ravine.
Yeah.
And you are at floor level.
Yeah, but still flying.
It's like a charnel pit. It's pretty unpleasant, but there's not much real fleshy remains. It's pretty much
Actually, I think we can go
skeletal
further.
remains.
That's just a move. I've got another move. I'm going to move another 60 foot along.
right. Well, Burple.
Yeah.
And are you taking Scaly on that little trip?
Yeah, move,
Fine.
drop Scaly.
As you pass below where you know the ledges are,
Yeah,
there's two failures where the compulsion is thinking that you should place your feet next, as it were, is to start heading up and west.
Got it.
You can keep going north if you like, but that's where it wants you to go.
Well, I will consult with Scaly. What do you want to do?
Well, I tug on your...
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, exactly.
Family show.
And I will say, should we go west? Should we follow our compulsion?
Okay.
If you're feeling the same compulsion as I do.
Okay, so up.
Well, that would be another
So
30...
when do we
yeah.
get that notification?
30 feet into your second move, so you'd have 30 feet of movement left.
All right, so I'll go up 30 feet.
Okay, so you're 70 feet below the ledge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No more sounds of giant things moving about. Scaly, you're dangling, doing nothing, I presume, on L.
Yep.
On S, 30 feet down from the ledge on the ethereal plane. It's Uncle Ben.
Okay, so I'm using a move action to get to the top of the ledge.
Yes, so you've
I've got 5
floating.
extra.
Yeah.
And then with the other move action, I'm just heading west into the wall.
Straight into the wall.
Yes, so can I...
Yeah, I
Is it
understand.
just rock?
Yes.
I've got 40 feet going westwards into the rock.
Okay, you emerge, Buggy.
Broom covered.
Really?
No, that's all right.
It's not particularly exciting. You emerge into a north-south passageway. To your south, it heads down about 30, 40 feet, and you can see a centipede, and clearly the bend that turns around and leads back to the ledge that you just came over. To the north, it leads towards a rough-hewn, rocky set of steps, probably a natural formation, and then it looks like it levels out and maybe opens up into a chamber of some sort.
Okay, that's my go.
On L, it's Sessions.
Well,
The moment that Graham has been dreading.
Not wanting to get left behind, I will move up to just behind Parker,
How far down are you? I can't remember.
50 foot down.
Okay.
So I'll move forward,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah,
like
north.
about 20 feet. And then where are the ledges relative to me?
Well, they're 50 feet above you. They're the same level as the floor of outside
Okay.
of the cave.
Then I'll fly up to 30 foot above them if I can.
I think the ceiling is about 30 feet.
Okay, so I'll fly up to
So-
the ceiling as a move.
Yeah,
I
well,
will-
you can see with your light spell what's already been shown to you on the map.
Yep.
But of course, as soon as you appear with your light spell, the centipedes start clicking and reacting, but they don't move.
Right.
Looks like they're not quite sure what to make of you. Parker on L.
Okay, I will move to within 30 feet of the centipede.
Move your mini.
5, 10.
Can I stop you there? The moment, Parker, that you step 15 feet into the corridor
Yeah.
on your way to the centipede, you seem to break some kind of threshold, magical something, and twin bursts of magical energy trigger, one after the other, kind of you actually almost feel the little magic shockwaves rolling over. The first one, have you got any spells cast on you, Parker? Nothing?
Longstrider.
Okay, that's gone. It's dispelled.
Okay.
Have you got any potions or scrolls on you?
Yes.
They are destroyed.
Oh, God.
Some kind of very powerful, disjunctive something has been triggered as you stepped into that space.
Yeah.
Then the second wave hits you. Can you give me a Constitution save, DC 19? And I don't know if I can stress this.
You really want
wanna
to
make
make that
that
save.
Highly enough, Parker. You really want to make this save.
Okay. Yes.
You make it.
Make this save.
just
20. That was not great, Parker. Now, do you want to keep moving?
No.
Not really.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do in your turn?
Run away. No, that's it.
That's it.
Tell everybody else.
Tell everybody else,
Yep.
of course.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I can tell you some stuff if you get a decent number.
Oof,
Okay.
Get it.
No, you're not
Okay.
really sure what was going on there.
4.
It's a 4, so no. On L, purple. You heard a weird kind of twin concussive noises in quick succession. You heard Parker go, "Ugh." What do you want to do?
Can I make a Arcana check?
Yeah, disadvantage. I think at second hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
9.
No.
The second roll is going to be even
Okay.
worse. No, 9.
So, no.
Okay.
From Parker's slightly vague description, you can't work out what he's talking about.
It didn't trigger when Bugraft went that way.
Bugraft is on the ethereal plane.
Drop us down the edge of the ledge.
Edge ledge.
Edge.
You want to keep going
Next
up there.
Parker.
Right up there.
I want to go right up there.
You want to go up
Right up.
and brave
I wanna
the
go right
whatever
there.
that effect is, instead of heading north.
Well, I just thought that I could also do a check, but, fair enough if you're carrying me, so I can't insist.
All right, we'll go up. We'll continue up. So the remaining 70 feet, then next to Parker.
On those squares right on the edge. Fine. Scaly, it's your turn.
Well, can I make an Arcana check at
Yeah, you've had this thing
disadvantage?
described to you, and you're standing at the scene. Sure. Oh, Scaly O'Toole. That's about as good as it gets. First of all, the two effects, one of which you've never experienced any kind of dispel magic effect or anything that seems to have done what Parker describes and what you can maybe detect in the magical, ozone that's left behind. But it looks like it was triggered by twin glyphs of warding. The
Yeah.
detonation of one in a chain reaction setting off the other. You don't know what weird spell was set off by the second glyph of warding, but there's a strong necromantic residue floating about still. What you do know is that looks like it was a one-off, that those glyphs have triggered and that's it.
Okay. In which case, he's going to let go of Burple's proboscis and head tapping. So he's going to do a half move, gently towards the centipede.
Well, the centipede is reacting to you being there. I don't know. We're not going to try and... I'm not going to start communicating what you think are centipede emotions. You don't know. But it's not rushing towards you, at least not yet. But that might be because it's not its turn. On S, Uncle Buggy, on the ethereal plane in this north-south passageway, what do you want to do?
I'm going to head north.
How far?
If I end up in a treasure room or something like that, I would like to go into the broom cupboard.
Of course.
But
okay.
otherwise, I'm going northwards. There's some steps.
Yeah, no, let's go into the broom cupboard.
Oh, typical.
Yeah.
Right then.
Hold him up by his ankles and give him a shake.
How far do you travel in a turn? 60 feet?
70 feet.
Okay, we can do all this theatre of the mind because it's really pretty basic. 20, 30, about 35 feet to this natural set of steps. You float up, following them, into a chamber. It's a circular chamber, or rather cave, 60 foot in diameter. Floating in the middle of the cavern, with all of its tendrils, its cilia surrounding it, is the giant form of Navesh.
Yeah.
The thing that attacked you outside.
Right.
It doesn't know about you. Well, you don't think it knows about you.
Any exits from the chamber?
Yes, and then the passageway continues north past this thing. It's the same width as the passageway you're heading up.
Can I go through it or around it? I'm
can.
paranoid about going through it and just carry on. I mean, 140 foot, does that take me beyond this maggot?
Yes, if you skirt the edge of the chamber, sticking as close as you can to the walls, it would take you just past the end of the chamber and into the passageway heading north. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the passageway heads north. You can see 60 feet.
Yeah.
It seems to gently curve slightly to the east, but your compulsion, Buggy, is definitely saying that this is the way to go. Yeah, you felt more and more
Just
certain.
wondering if I can plunder the treasure chamber without having to fight the maggot.
Very possibly. At the very extent, the very limit of your ethereal vision, you get the sense that it's opening out into yet another cave,
Okay.
maybe slightly larger.
Great. Okay.
Okay, let's go back.
I've never had a tablet.
Oh, I think the tablet's actually quite
Found the
good.
reason.
On L, it's Sessions.
Is it? Okay. I will edge round the corner,
Yep.
looking for magical effects.
I guess
Yes.
everybody's moving a bit more quickly now. They think there's treasure.
Nobody thinks
No,
that's
no,
true.
no.
We're
we-
enthusiastic.
We've made some plans, though, for you. There's a few things that's going to happen next time.
knives.
They'll all be gone. Let's see when we get to me.
Well, let's concentrate on the matter in hand.
Yep. What else can I see? Can I see a bit more?
With your light spell, the passage turns to the north. It curves. It's like a kind of like a U-bend, but the centipede is standing at the bend of this passageway, and it seems to be hesitant. We're not going to start trying to read the inner mind of the centipede.
Okay. Can you bring the crushing coin up?
Of course. Here, boy.
That'll do for me.
On Ed, it's Parker. On the edge of the ledge.
Wedge of the ledge.
Madam Wedge of the ledge.
So we're all inching towards it,
That seems so long
but
ago.
nobody's actually done anything.
We haven't got there
That's
yet.
the entire adventure path so far in a
Yeah.
microcosm.
Yes. That's it.
So I will move up to within 35 feet of it.
The centipede?
Don't trigger any glyphs or anything again this time.
Not by
And-
standing there.
And
no.
I will throw a produce flame at it,
Okay.
Wait a minute.
hitting
It showed
armor
no
class
aggression towards you
27
whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a hit.
for 13 points of damage.
Poor
13 points
Innocent.
of
And
damage.
then I will move
Take
back
out the big guns.
Yeah. And then you move
20
back.
feet.
Love it. On L, it's Burple.
Right, I'm going to fly up over the thing, round the corner. To see anything?
Yes. I will reveal what you can see, which is...
Yeah, if there's treasure there, I don't want Johnny to know about it.
It's all
So
gone.
maybe we should go into the...
Do you want to go into the broom cupboard?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Into the broom cupboard
I
we
might
go.
have left a few scrolls and potions lying around.
Hello.
Hello.
The passageway heads about 80 feet straight north, same width, between 20 and 25 feet wide, at which point it hits a set of natural steps, easily climbable. And then you're flying up, right? There are no impediments to your vision. It opens out into a 60-foot diameter circular cavern. And in that cavern, and turning to look at you, is the giant form of Navesh, the Uber Ulgastaster. Behind him, the passage continues and slightly turns off to the northeast, you think. As you turn the corner, Navesh Nakar directs its beady, supra-intelligent eyes at you and directs at you a word of power. What does this word of power do?
Oh, fuck
How much
off.
trouble are you in?
Lots.
Well, we're not going to find out now.
I can't
We're
believe
going to find
I
out
am the end
how
of
much,
the episode.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. It's extremely, extremely pleasing, especially since you've been so grumpy. And we're going to find out how much trouble Burple has got himself into. As it loads
Yes.
when we pick things up next week. I suppose you better go back and tell the others what you've done.
Yeah.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormclaw Fisher and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormclaw Fisher was written by James Jacobs. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter.
I be the leader, grant this decision!
Caragor.
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda.
Behold my arcane powers!
Shania.
Yes, I've Trexicus!
M.
No, I'll kill him.
And the Dungeon Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll.
God, doing that voice hurts.